Welcome back, everyone, to Citywide Blackout WEMF Radio. I'm your host, Max Bowen. Thank you for joining us, and we've got a great show lined up for you guys as we do each and every week. Quick reminder that we are also live streaming on Facebook Lives. You can see me, you can see my wonderful guests, and ask questions, make comments, make jokes, whatever you guys want to do. It's all good here, basically. We're all just having fun, chilling out. So, we've got a good show lined up for you guys. Later on, we will be bringing back my good friends in the band We Are Bullethead. They're having their final show for real this time next Saturday over at the Middle East Restaurant, one of my favorite places. Of course, Jeff Royds, a member of the band, longtime pal of mine, former co-host of the show. And that's going to be a great time. Prior to that, we'll be joined by the band No Hugs. I'm sure there will be some hugs. They have a lot to talk about. They've got a new single happening. We're taking fan questions from you guys. We are going to be playing some brand new music. They'll be talking about tours, all that good stuff, guys. It's going to be an awesome time. And then at 8:30, my good buddy Michael Epstein will be talking about his brand new Kickstarter program for the Meeple Machine. Mike is the head of Copper Frog Games. We've had him on a bunch of times about his numerous other game programs, and Mike's just a great time. Fellow nerd. We love talking nerds. But before that, we're going to be talking art, and I'm now joined by Terry. She's one of the organizers about for Figment, which is I believe an annual free one-day participatory arts program happening since 2007, where you don't just watch the show, you become the show. And Terry, thank you so much for joining me, and welcome to the program.
Thank you.
So why don't you give me some background as to how Figment was founded? I'm really jazzed by the concept of it.
David Corn, who is in New York, he started the Governor's Island Figment, and it's based on Burning Man.
Oh, really?
It is.
I did not know this.
Yes, it's based on the participatory interactive art. And the reason why it's called Figment is because it's something that you can't actually put in a museum. You can't put it on the wall. It's just an experience. And we invite all people to be artists, to do a project, or to come and just enjoy the projects.
Oh, cool. So if I would say like a sculptor, I could just bring my gear and just sculpt while I'm here?
You could sculpt, but you would have to maybe bring things for other people to sculpt with you.
Oh, okay. So I could start a class or something like that.
It's not really a class. Like
Okay.
you could all work on one piece.
Oh,
You could do something different. There are like workshops essentially.
Okay.
But you're not, some people do like mask making for the kids because it's a very family oriented.
Sure.
And then later on in the night in Boston, we have Figment After Dark, which is like a
Ooh.
dance party.
It just sounds like adult, like the after dark part of the show. Kids, go home. This ain't for you.
Well, some of the kids stay, but
Okay,
because some of the adults stay.
Nice.
But we do have a lot of children that attend. So,
Awesome.
Because it's free. It's a thing to do in the park. The Greenway has been extremely, extremely nice to us.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. And this is all happening next weekend, folks, July 28th and 29th. And again, free, all day, participatory. So someone like me who doesn't have a whole lot of art skill, am I going to be like totally like lost on this thing? Or how would someone like me kind of like fit into all this?
Well, you're gregarious, so you'd probably definitely fit in.
Ah,
I mean,
nice.
you'll start talking to people. That's something that's usually. A lot of the artists are there to be interactive. There is one piece that's called Boston Haiku. And what you do is you just write things, and it's a whole big scroll that will go around as far as you can get around the park. His name is Michael Ahern, and he does this amazing interactive work. There's other things that are just like kaleidoscopes that we'll be looking on, like the mural that's there on the building and all the buildings and stuff. So it's as interactive as you want to make it to be.
That's awesome. What other kinds of art are we going to have there? Will it be like musicians? Are we going to have?
You'll have drum circles. You'll have
cool.
dance. You'll have Bollywood. You'll have some. I think it's salsa dancing.
Ooh.
You'll have a couple other things like that. You'll
Okay,
have.
I can't do that well, but I can try.
Well, they'll have someone there to teach you. That's the thing.
And that's really the key thing too. So for like someone like me who's never done salsa dancing, people there will kind of say, okay, large stupid man, we'll figure this out with you.
They'll totally make you dance.
I think I did this also once, and I was less than impressed with my actual results. So maybe I can like give it like another shot.
And there'll be people to give you a hula hoop
Ooh.
and make you hula.
Oh, okay, all right. I'm
Yep.
liking this. I'm
Yep.
liking this. All right.
There's poi, so you'll like do poi without fire because we're not allowed.
I was gonna say, wait a minute, isn't that
Yeah.
fire dancing?
Well, I mean, you can do it without fire too.
Yeah, I actually, a buddy of mine, my good buddy Russ, does poi. Well, he does like different kinds of like belly dancing.
Oh, nice.
And I know he does poi, but he usually does it with like glow sticks
Oh yeah,
because
totally.
he doesn't want to set himself on fire for obvious reasons.
Yeah, Boston's pretty tight on that.
Honestly, I think this is good because you really don't want your event marked with people going home singed.
I know, but
It's
this is based on Burning Man. There are people get singed.
It's not literal though, right? It's not literally Burning Man.
No, there are some places. I mean, Figment is now, I believe, in 13 cities
Whoa.
around the world. It's in
Nice.
Singapore. It's in all these various places that there are also Burning Man communities.
Mm-hmm.
So people just want to have this and bring some of Burning Man into the community. It's easier to get to and accessible.
Yeah, because isn't like Burning Man held in kind of like the way far out there wildlands?
It's about an hour and a half northwest of Reno. Yes.
Okay, all right. I've never been out there before, so I have no idea.
Yeah, there used to be a train like every 3 or 4 hours, but now there's really no train anymore.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So okay, so this is the more like family friendly, easier to access version of Burning Man.
And cheaper.
And cheaper's good. Oh yeah, because going out to Reno, yeah, definitely not.
Oh, totally.
How did you first become involved with this?
Well, I went to Burning Man in like 1991. So I've been going to Burning Man for many, many years, and I'm a regional contact here for Burning Man. So if you go Boston at burningman.org, you'll get me and a couple other folks. But and when I saw this happen in New York, Jason Turgeon saw it and he said, I can do this here. So he called a whole bunch of people and said, do we want to do this? And we said yes. So we all jumped on board and made this happen the first time on actually Memorial Drive during Riverfest. And it was great, but they didn't want us there anymore. Well, we had little art cars. We had, but we kept it really clean and everything else, but it didn't matter. It wasn't really a moneymaker. You can't sell anything at Figment.
Oh, really?
There's no vending at all. It's
No
a
kidding.
decommodification zone.
Oh,
Yes.
So you're basically just there to enjoy the art, not like.
Yes, you're not there to buy. So, I mean, down on the next parcel on the Greenway, there is where you can buy art. There's
Okay.
an art fair, but that's not associated with us.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so it's not a place where you can buy something. Everything is free. I mean, people gift things to you. They make things for you, or it's just a total free event.
This is a great concept because normally when like you go to these like different like art festivals, people are obviously like trying to like sell stuff, and sometimes you're like, okay, I'll buy something. I'm here, I may as well. But I like that this is just a chance to just experience the art, just to experience new kinds of art, participate, be part of it, and so it's kind of like you're like building like a small like community here.
Oh, completely.
Yeah.
Completely. I mean, there's actually a very large burner community here. So there's a lot of people that do things. And our city is a little bit different because we have so many tech heads.
Yeah,
So-
just a couple.
Well, that's the reason why we have Figment at night, because a lot of the stuff is light art. Okay,
Oh
so
my
there'll be
God.
some astounding LED and beautiful things that are like also get grants from Burning Man and different other forms, So they're there to other people to experience. There'll be like a piano made of doing a pinball machine, okay, that's changed over, so you push the pedals and the pinball machine goes around. It's amazing. Some of the stuff is amazing. It's like Brenda, who will be here
Sure, yeah.
with Happily Institute. She does some great theater work, and that's also
She does a great theater. Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Yes.
we had her on the show about a month ago because she was at the Music Makes Boston thing, where she and the rest of the institute's members were handing out free kazoos.
Oh, nice.
For the, I think it's like the World Kazoo Orchestra, which I think I've joined actually. I know I had put out the recommendation that we do a kazoo version of "Jump Around" by House of Pain.
Oh,
It's like my favorite song, and she's like, okay, well then you have to join. I'm like, oh God, what did I walk into? All right, folks, we're going to take ourselves a little break. And then when we come back, we're going to talk more about Figment. We're going to talk about how this whole thing comes together, because I'm sure it's like hurting cats or something like that. Terry's nodding her head very like solemn, like, "Yep, you got it," and a whole lot more. In the meantime, I'm going to play you guys a brand new song from an Israeli singer-songwriter. Her name's Nave. She contacted me like a couple weeks ago about having some of her music aired, and it's great stuff. You're gonna love it. This one's called "Did You Know?" Citywide Blackout, WEMF Radio.
Downstairs? Oh. How long is this thing for?
Said every time I'm dreaming, love's a game, but we're not playing. I could never see it coming with you. The fire in my heart's not fading. Deep inside, I can't stop screaming. I just wanna burn the memory of you. Oh, did you know? Did you know? It's impossible to let you go. And even when I'm with him, still craving you. And did you know? Did you know? Your sand lingers on a pillow. And even when I'm with him, still seeing you. When I think of you, it breaks my heart in two. I don't know where to go, where to run. And when I think of you, it breaks my heart in two. I don't know where to go, where to run. I hear a constant whisper calling. What's the thought that keeps on fighting? If only I could see it coming with you. Instead, every time I'm dreaming, love's a game, but we're not playing. I just wanna burn the memory of you. And did you know, it's impossible to let you go. And even when I'm with him, still craving you. And did you know, your sand lingers on a pillow. And even when I'm with him, still seeing you. When I think of you, it breaks my heart in two. I don't know where to go, where to run. And when I think of you, it breaks my heart in two. I don't know where to go, where to run. Don't know where to go. Don't know where to go. When I think of you, it breaks my heart in two. I don't know where to go, where to run. And when I think of you, it breaks my heart in two. I don't know where to go, where
You know, I think it'd be in your best interest to stop what you're doing and listen to WEMF radio. It's like radio now.
Welcome back, everyone, to Citywide Blackout, WEMF Radio. Hope you guys are digging the show. Of course, if you want to comment, you can go to the Citywide Blackout live stream. I see my good buddy Kate Eppers, singer-songwriter of great talent, and also my cohort on our new audiobook project for The Overlords is watching. What's up, Kate? Actually, my Aunt Gina's watching. Oh, my God. Family's watching. I got to be really good then. I got to be really, really going to watch myself. Otherwise, she's going to be really mad. And Georgia of the band No Hugs is watching. She'll be on later on in the show. In the meantime, though, I am talking to Terry of Figment, which is a 2-day free participatory, I can say words, participatory arts program happening for the past 7 years, I believe. 10,
9
sorry.
years in Boston.
Oh, and Bee's here. Oh my God.
Yay.
She was on the camera behind me. It's like out of those horror movies where the ghost girl is sneaking up behind you. And she didn't take my soul. That's really neighborly of you.
You're welcome.
You're here. Welcome.
Yay.
All right. Well, we were just talking about Figment. We were talking earlier in the program about what it's all about. But I'm curious as to what the American Family Happily Institute will be doing.
Are we on?
We're on.
Well, we're doing something very, very unusual this year at Figment.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to be distributing Free Happily.
Oh, and how are we doing this exactly?
Well, it's going to be very high quality mixed happily.
Okay.
Because you could say that Sadly has been enabled at the highest levels in our country right
I've
now.
given up. Honestly,
Yeah.
I've given up on hope. I'm just going to let myself fade away.
It's pretty bad. And this past week was one of the worst weeks ever.
Mm-hmm.
So we suddenly decided that it was a dire circumstances, a great crisis of happily need. So what we did is we went through the entire factory, top to bottom, at the Happily Factory at the Institute, and we have gathered together every kind of pro-happily and anti-saddily object that we can come up with.
Oh, my God.
There,
So you're just going
like 6
all
or
out.
7, yeah. There's a whole bunch, and people will be able to choose what is best for them. Now, they have to have some, care to, not be grabby and take them all. They have to leave some for other people.
Exactly.
They have to pick their favorite.
There's enough for everyone, guys. You know?
But not for everyone to have every one of the kinds that we'll have. So because we'll
Gotcha.
have about 100 kinds of maybe 6 different
Nice.
objects this time, and we'll be distributing them from our new. This is actually the seed of our new initiative, the Happily Street Team, which is mobile.
Okay.
And we will probably. Well, first of all, we will be there from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. Saturday.
Awesome.
Okay. What time does the night thing end for completely?
11.
Okay.
Nice.
We might still be there a little later, but that's not guaranteed. Okay.
Okay, all right.
So we guarantee Happily will be available from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. And look for the bright yellow umbrella, again, of our street team seed. Although on the at night portion, we might put that umbrella away because it might be a little, we'll see.
Exactly.
If we don't have that, we're going to have the beautiful, brand new, happily blue feather flag. So if
Ooh.
you do not see the yellow umbrella, look for the happily blue, which is any blue that is very high in cyan content and low in black is officially happily blue.
Nice.
We own all of those blues, but
And we'll give you
let
some
use
lights
them.
if you want them.
Oh, yeah, we could use a few lights. So from 3 to 9, we'll be distributing. And in the evening, during the day, my half-sister,
Yep.
who is in charge of the street team, Bobby B., will be there with our newest street team member, Michael. And that's who will be there during the day. And then in the evening, Bobby has to go. And I believe that my sister, Brianna, she's one of my 5 identical sextuplet sisters. I believe that Brianna is going to fill in for Bobby, and if so, she will be doing anti-satellite consultations.
Awesome.
For those who need it.
All right.
Because she is an intuitive psychoanalyst.
I like that.
So in addition to the distribution of the happily. So that's us, folks, but we're just a teeny tiny part of the wonder and magicalness that is Figment.
That's right. And speaking of which, Terry, what goes into putting something like this together? Because I imagine it's a huge, huge undertaking.
It is a huge undertaking.
and I imagine on say the 30th, you are going to be so chill. You're like, it's over, we're done, woo.
True.
In theory.
And then there's Burning Man.
Okay. I don't want it into the other.
The whole summer is like bookend.
Oh yeah.
So we have about maybe 280 hours of volunteers.
Wow.
During the event itself. Before that, it's at least like, God, maybe 100 times that.
Yeah.
Okay, because we start the year, probably in the fall for the following year.
Okay.
So what it is dealing with, getting the press, getting everything up and running, getting all the people in place that you need between the call for art. When the art call is about 2 months long. So we invite people to submit on the portal that is part of the website. And then we have to go through that and make sure that everything is copacetic and whether they need power, not need power, whether they're interactive or not. We have to determine whether they actually fit into the parameters. A lot of people need money, and so we try to
I could use some.
We try to point them into different places where they can actually maybe get some money, or do something like we did the Fuller Craft Museum a couple of years ago, about a year or two ago, and we were able to give everybody like a stipend. Our artists that were part of Figment, who have been tirelessly coming every year, just like happily. Yes. So and then it's just putting it all together and getting we're all volunteer based. It's completely, no one gets paid. And we have maybe one office worker in New York who deals with Salesforce, who deals with all the computer things and makes everything up and running and deals with all the books.
Wow.
There is on the board of directors for Figment Global, there are like lawyers and things like that that help take care of things,
It's complicated.
It's running a nonprofit.
Yeah, it's huge.
Just doing it is a big deal.
Especially one of this size. I mean, like when you think of some of the nonprofits out there, a lot of them are fairly small. But this is like part of like a literal global organization.
It is global.
Yeah. But
it does run on a shoestring budget.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, we are hand to mouth.
Yeah.
Essentially, I think our budget's so small. We pay for tents. We pay for T-shirts for the volunteers. We pay for.
Give them money.
You can
At the
donate.
event, you will be able to give them money. So just remember.
Okay.
this
Yeah.
Conversation.
So kicking like a few bucks. Make a donation.
There will be. We do have a bender. A friend of ours made a big bender out of metal, and he does accept food in forms of cash.
Feed the
coin.
bender.
Feed the bender. They sometimes are people who go around with a little coffee can, and if you have any extra change, they'll gladly take it off your hands.
There you go.
I personally don't do it because I have a hard time asking people for money.
I'm bad at that too.
Oh,
I'd be
it's
like,
awful.
"Hey, if you
I
got-"
was horrible at that.
Oh yeah, I'm like way too shy. It's like, well, if you got money, don't worry about it. You probably got none. I'll move on.
Right.
I'd be the worst, change asking for a person in the world.
Right, and we have filed for grants. We've gotten a couple.
Cool.
But it's still a low percentage of the total cost
Yeah.
of doing this. And the city of Boston, we thought there'd be more of a change. There may not have been as big of a change as we
Yeah.
thought we would get, but hey,
Yeah, you do it. Yeah. It's a tough situation for artists in this city. It's
very hard.
a rough
tough.
scene.
It
It's a rough
is.
scing.
It's tough to be. Yeah, the city's tough.
Definitely.
I mean, I'm from Somerville though.
Yeah.
I've only had like a studio in Boston. I've never lived in Boston.
Mm-hmm.
It's like hard.
No, just not worth the
Yeah.
effort. Really, it's not
No.
worth it. Definitely.
No. Let's see.
So maybe we could talk a little bit about all the kinds of art that typically exist at Figment. There's performance art.
Yep.
There's installations. There's sometimes video mapping and other
There'll be
high
video
tech,
mapping.
some high tech art,
Nice.
and there's
Like
music.
light art too. We talked about that.
Yeah,
There'll be a
especially at
slow-mo
night,
room.
right?
Yep, at night's total light art. There'll be a slow-mo room where you can actually do a small video of yourself in slow motion.
Can you like videotape that on your phone or something?
I think
or
so. I think they can
get
hold and send it to
somehow-
you.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's good, I mean, it's high art and low art.
Exactly.
There'll be an automatic drawing machine, which takes 4 people to actually draw a picture, which will be interesting to see.
Nice.
Yeah, there'll be red tape, which is a person doing maybe a 20 by 10 room that you have to climb through the red tape.
Ooh, that sounds cool.
It's
That sounds like fun.
an algorithm.
Cathartic, perhaps.
Exactly right, especially right now, right?
Right.
Definitely.
Let's see, what else will there be? I'm thinking.
Do we have the waiting room coming back again? That's one of my
No, but
favorites.
he's doing exit through the gift shop.
Oh, that
Yes.
sounds intriguing.
So Jason, who started the one in Boston, who I told you about, he last year he did the waiting room, which was just an easy up where you sat around in chairs and there was magazines and fake art on hanging from the.
it was completely believable as a waiting room
Completely.
for
a dentist.
some institutional, sort of vaguely authoritarian space, and yet you could choose what to wait for, and,
could.
and how to wait.
And what kind of discussions you were
Yeah,
having?
you had total control in this particular waiting room. I thought
You
it was
did.
really great. So
Yes.
what is he doing this year?
He's doing exit through the gift shop, and he will be giving out free gifts.
Oh,
Nice.
Of things that you choose, or you can leave something behind, or you can give something away.
nice. Oh, I will have to visit that one.
All right. Okay, folks. Well, if you're hearing the music in the background, it means we're going to be bringing this thing to a close. I want to thank, of course, both my wonderful guests, B and Terry. Thank you so much. And then, so this is going to be next weekend, July 28th and 29th, over at the Rose Kennedy Greenway. You can find more information at boston.figmentproject.org, and also learn more about the Institute at happypeople.org. They'll be there on the 28th. That's Saturday, 3 to 9 p.m. Look for the yellow umbrella or the blue feathered flag. All right, folks, we're gonna give you guys an oldie but a goodie, a song from the band out of Brooklands. This one is called "Reasons." And then after we come back, we've got Michael from Copper Frog Games talk about his brand new Kickstarter for his newest venture, the Meeple Machine. Citywide Blackout, WEMF Radio.